So now that Christmas and the New Year's are over, I decided that I wanted to go out and spend some of the gift cards that I got for Christmas. One of the gift cards that I got was really like a shopping spree that my mom got me out for a outlet mall that has two fragrance outlets. And so I wanted to go out, do that. I ended up picking up two really nice fragrances that I wanted to talk about. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So without further ado, let's get it. Welcome back, my great smelling dudes, to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video and another fragrance haul. This one's kind of a smaller fragrance haul because of the types of bottle that the one bottle that I got. It's a little bit more of an expensive fragrance haul, kind of in the middle. But with that said, before I get into it, make sure to subscribe, and if you like my content, consider following me on Instagram and TikTok and all the other good shit. So thank you guys again so much for joining me. Thank you for getting me to over 3,000 plus subscribers. I just had my first video hit 10,000 views. So thank you for that, which again, just based on the fact that I had that, I'm going to be recreating the video for the Blue Atlas Atlantis, which it was 10,000. So thank you to Blue Atlas. And then today, I'm going to be reviewing two fragrances that I just picked up. But I have a little story to go along with it. So I went out to the outlet mall. My mom ended up getting a shopping spree to this place called Tanger Outlets, which is about 35 minutes from where I live. And I ended up going out there because they have a perfume empire and a fragrance outlet. Perfume empire usually doesn't take the gift cards, so I had to go to fragrance outlet. And so I walked in, and the last 3 or 4 times that I went in there, they were trying to pitch this fragrance to me, which is a clone of Herba Pura, which you guys would know. There's another clone of Herba Pura, which is All Haramain's Amber Oud Gold Edition. Well, Armaf also makes one called Armaf Amber Oud Intense, I think is the name of it. And they actually Armaf created that fragrance and gave it to only fragrance outlets to sell in the United States. And so fragrance outlets jumped the price up to $120 for the clone, which is just about the same price as Herba Pura when it's on sale. And so what they did is every time you go in there, they try to push you on it. They try to push you on buying that fragrance, which again, you can buy Amber Oud Gold Edition for like 25, 30 bucks. But Amber Oud Intense, I walked in, and they said, have you tried Amber Oud Intense before? I said, yeah, I've tried it. I already know it's a clone. She goes, it's not a clone. What's a clone? I said, please, don't try to sell me on things. I'm here to just buy 2 fragrances. I already know what I'm buying. No, but you need to try it, though, because you need to get that experience. And then we also have this new line, which is based around metallics and pepper. And I said, so you're pretty much saying that you have another clone line that's sauvage inspired? And she goes, how can I help you then? And she was trying to kick me out of the store. But anyway, I'm not going to rant. I'll tell you guys more about that on my live. But with that said, the 2 fragrances I'm going to be reviewing today that I actually went in there to get, because it's the only way that you can get this fragrance in person, and I wanted it immediately. Dior Homme Intense, and then this one, which was just the cheapy option that I had a 75% off coupon for anything under $50, and so I used it on this, which is Burberry London, which I've tried before, I love, I wanted to get it again. So I decided, I've never actually reviewed it on my channel, but I was more going there to buy this, Dior Homme Intense. So we'll talk about that. Actually, we'll talk about that second. We'll talk about the Burberry London first. So Burberry London. So this fragrance is actually bomb. It's probably the best, like, cheapy for the, like, Christmas. It's a really nice Christmas fragrance for sure. It reminds me of, like, if you took CK Shock, Parfums de Marly, LAYTON, and SPICEBOMB, and they had a baby, and that baby was just like a cheapie, it would be this. Burberry London is probably one of the only 2, maybe, Burberrys that I actually really like. The main notes that you get in it, top notes are cinnamon, lavender, and bergamot. Mid notes are leather and mimosa, and the base notes are tobacco, apopanax, gaiac wood, and oak moss. It is a warm, spicy, sweet tobacco fragrance. And again, it's like CK Shock because it has that sweetness, that resinous quality, that tobacco, stuff like that. Then it has things like that warmth and that sweetness from LAYTON. And then you also do get that spiciness from like the original SPICEBOMB. So put those all together and that's pretty much what you have here. It's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. When you first spray it on, you definitely get that cinnamon in there. You get that a little bit of tobacco undertone. You get that sweet resinous quality. It doesn't really change that much. The only thing that I would say is a drawback with Burberry London is that it doesn't last what you would expect a fragrance like this to last. Which with a Burberry, I'm not 100% surprised with that. But, so I get about 5-6 hours with it. I mean, it's not terrible. Spray it on your clothes, you'll get more. But for this type of fragrance, I would have expected 7 to 8. But I get about 5. It's usually around 5 for me, and then it disappears from my skin. It's an above average to moderate projector for the first 2, and then it sits closer to the skin. But overall, it is a really, really nice fragrance. It's one of those ones that it's just you need to have for the fall and winter. You just need to have it in your collection. If you haven't tried it, you definitely need to pick it up. Crappy looking bottle, to be honest. And I always thought when I looked at it that this jacket thing looks like it could just fall off. Burberry bottles have never really been the nicest. They're getting better as time goes, but with that said, the newest Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum that just came out is like $140. So they get better bottles, but then they overcharge you like $40. It's like the second most expensive fragrance that was released in 2022 in the designer community, which is ridiculous. But with that said, so warm, spicy, you get some aromatic, you get some lavender in there as well, which also reminds me of the CK Shock and the LAYTON, but mostly revolving around sweetness, tobacco, spices. Really, really, really a good fragrance. If you're looking to pick something up that's going to be impressive, that your wife or daughter or girlfriend or whatever you want to smell you, they're all going to like it. My wife loves this fragrance. She smelled it and she was just like, holy crap, that's actually really good for the price. And again, when I bought the Dior Homme Intense, they had a 75% off coupon. If you bought one, you get one for $75 as long as it's under $50. So I ended up getting this for like $20 or something like that, which is a really good price for it. You can usually find Burberry London around $35 to $40. So yeah, definitely go check that out if you haven't tried it already and you like those sweeter, deeper, more resinous fragrances that are just really just based around sweetness, like CK Shock. If you like CK Shock, then you're going to like that. I can tell you that for sure. Now we're moving into the one that this video is really based around, one that I've been wanting to get my hands on for quite some time. I tried it about 1.5 years ago. One of my friends sent me a decant of it, and I don't know if it was just because I was trying a bunch of things at one time. I honestly don't know, but I didn't like it back then. And then it's a European exclusive by Dior. It is Dior Homme Intense. So, yeah, they sent me a decant. I didn't really like it. To me, it was too makeup-y, just not that great. They have this in Dior Homme Parfum, which is their European exclusive versions of the Diors. As you guys probably already know, I'm preaching to the choir. Dior Homme Parfum, I was sent a decant of that from Mike from I Smell, and that leans very, very, very heavily on the ambrette. So I didn't know what ambrette was. Mike explained it to me, and it comes off to me in that fragrance more spicy and more powdery, and I don't know, I even told him it kind of comes off like a powdery makeup-y cinnamon is how Dior Homme Parfum comes off to me. And while I like it, it's very situational. I thought that's what this was as well, but then Mo, one of my subscribers, just sent me a decant because I told him, he asked me what I wanted. I said, I want to try Dior Homme Intense one more time. I sprayed it on. I was like, done deal. I'm buying that right now. I had to. And so I was going out there. I wanted to look, and I saw Dior Homme Intense last bottle sitting on the shelf. And for $110, I was like, yeah, I'm picking that up right now. So it does have that makeup-y iris vibe. It definitely still has that. But there's a difference between this and the Parfum because there's a sweeter aspect to this. It's a lot more mellow, not as spicy, not as in your face, and not as hard to wear. It's not as situational. So I'll tell you the notes here. So The top note that you get in Dior Homme Intense is lavender. Mid note is iris, ambrette, and pear. And the base notes are cedar and vetiver. So again, it's based around iris, obviously. But then you get that sweetness in there, which you're going to get those aromatics like the lavender and the cedar and stuff like that. The woodiness, the aromatics. But overall, it's going to be powdery, it's going to be iris, but it's not going to be like too situational, too much of an iris. I mean, if you don't like iris fragrances, you're probably not going to like this. This one reminds me more of the Prada L'HOMME Intense and the Valentino Uomo line, because they have not only that iris, but they also have a sweet quality. In this one, it is that pear. It almost comes off that I do get almost like a little bit of a chocolate vibe or something from this. I don't know exactly what it is. But that iris mixture, you also get that sweet, like kind of like a juicy, warm pear in the background as well. It's actually a really beautiful fragrance, and I was really surprised when I tried this how much I actually liked it, because I thought I didn't like it the first time. So with that said, it's actually becoming very, very quickly. I mean, I got this a week ago. It's becoming one of my favorite fragrances that I've ever owned, right up there with the Prada L'HOMME Intense, because that iris is done so well. It's blended so well. It's such a high quality iris. The ingredients in here are so amazing. When you get to the dry down, the iris doesn't leave. Fragrance doesn't change too much. You get a little bit of that cedar, some woodiness coming in, some muskiness, as well as that vetiver, almost providing a little bit of like a smoky dryness to it. Overall, very, very beautiful fragrance. One that I definitely recommend you at least trying. So again, if you're thinking about whether or not you're going to like iris fragrances or not, I wouldn't just go straight into the Dior Homme line without like blind buying it. I wouldn't blind buy it. I would at least see if you can find a decan on eBay, or if you know people in the fragrance community that would be able to send you one for like 10, 15 bucks, then definitely do that, because Dior Homme Intense is a great fragrance if you like that style of fragrance. But again, for me, I like the iris when they're mixed well with something else, especially sweet notes. In this one, it's the pear. And the ambrette is really nice in this one because it doesn't come off too heavy. It's not super spicy, nothing like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Dior Homme Intense. I think I already know where that one's going, but I was really shocked about how much I really like this. And then we have Burberry London. So let me know what you think about these two fragrances. Those are my fragrance haul. I also just picked up 2 other fragrances that I will be talking to you guys about soon. And then we have a crap ton, and I mean a crap ton of new releases coming out. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment below, and I'll be back with another one. Thank you so much. Peace out.